because my son's texting me right now.
Of course.
And he's going to be like, oh my God.
Of course.
All right, I'll send it to him.
But he'll be like,
I know.
Who's that? Right? That's the thing.
I'll put Jomo says hi.
Jomo says hi. But
he's going to be like, Dad, that's like I said, because he's just figuring out what Twitch is. And he's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The craziest thing is what I never could have anticipated is people really appreciate, like I've got people that message me and they're like, dude, like my life is in shambles. I like lost my marriage is broken. I like lost my job, and watching your stream like makes me want to get out there and like live again.
That's so great. Like,
yeah, it puts a whole new dynamic to what you're doing, right? Like, because then that can be a lot of pressure to like dump on someone. It's a huge compliment, obviously, but then it's like, no, if you're streaming, like I'm sure there are counselors and therapists that stream on Twitch, but I am not a counselor or a therapist. Like I'm not a trained professional. So,
but you're all about like just the
positive reinforcement. Yeah. And like having a good attitude, and like when you get beat down, you get back up and like get used to being rejected, and like all this stuff that people get down about. It's just like, it's part of the journey. It's part of like what makes you who you are, and it's part of what makes you strong, and you've got to like appreciate that. And life doesn't have like a vendetta to shit on any one person. Life shits on everybody.
Everybody tries to at least.
Yeah. And you can either like let that eat you the fuck up,
or fucking pick yourself up by the bootstraps.
And it's not easier. It's easier said than done to a lot of people. And anxiety and depression affects all sorts of people many different ways. Yeah. Some people it's harder, some people it's easier. And so that's why, like, as I'm saying all this, it's really important to bring it down to the fact that, you know, sometimes you can't do that by yourself. Like sometimes you can't bring yourself up on your own. And so, you know, there's always people in the Discord that will listen to you. There's always people in the Discord that you can brainstorm with. But at the same time, like, you've got to consider that maybe you need professional help sometimes.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It'd be really hard, like, giving somebody not even the wrong information, but like saying something and they take it out of context. Or yeah, that'd be hard.
A while ago, I got a sponsorship from this company called Talkspace.
What?
And I decided not to do anything with it because Talkspace is
I was just gonna say, is it something like counseling wise?
Yeah, it's and there's another one called BetterHelp. There's all these tech startups that connect you with remote therapists and counselors.
Oh.
And it's a very sensitive thing, like, and it can probably, like, I think it can come across as disingenuous if you're like, hey guys, use code Jomo. Right. It kind of defeats it, sort of, it takes it out of this place of being genuine, right? And so
do you have any sponsors?
Or
like,
not
kind of.
I mean, so I have an affiliate link with Streamlabs.
Yeah, because I saw like you went down to their spot.
Yes,
and that would be.
But that wasn't a sponsorship. Yeah. That was like they didn't pay me to do that. Yeah. Ricky, the guy. So I was blown away by the fact that Streamlabs, their HQ is in Vancouver.
Yeah,
like it's 5 minutes away from my work.
There's a lot of companies here.
And Streamlabs, if anyone doesn't know what Streamlabs is, it's like the software and the program that you use to stream.
Yeah.
And so Ricky, he's like the community manager for Streamlabs. Yeah. He did an open call on Twitter for streamers to come in and stream in their space, just to like build hype and content, right?
Yeah.
It's just like Elder Taco, like getting people for the Elder Talk show, right?
You'd love it, Bob.
Oh my God.
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
The one day he had Chaotic Blonde on there, and she made one reference about Rachel Ray and how she doesn't like her, and I'd made chat blow up, and I was just like, kill Rachel Ray, and Tom was like, no, he's like, whatever you do not kill, we do not condone this.
Those talk shows are the best.
Yeah,
but yeah, like, so Streamlabs, so I wrote Streamlabs, and I was like, I'd love to come down and do a stream.
Yeah,
but there's also, everyone has the ability to sign up with Streamlabs as an affiliate. Really? As like an affiliate. Yeah. So in the Streamlabs dashboard, you can get like an affiliate code, and they'll pay you like $1 every time someone downloads Streamlabs with your affiliate code.
Whoa.
And so I was talking about Streamlabs Streamlabs is like all I've ever used.
Yeah.
So I was talking about it before my
sponsor.
Affiliate. And so now I have my affiliate code in my Medium series.
Which is crazy because
like
being in, like, I'm always in the stream. I've never ever heard you mention it.
Well, I don't talk about, like, I haven't really ventured into the territory of like serious kind of like sponsorship or ads. I probably will one day, just because the goal, like many of us, is to make a living doing this.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And 9 out of 10 times you have to bring on, like, you have to partner with companies that line up with what you stand for. So I have been looking into companies. Like, I'm always open. Like, I'm always asking myself, oh, could I like rep these guys?
BNS Awesome Podcast sponsors of the Jomo-Senpai Twitch stream.
But there's all these things, like, so Crunchyroll is like the Netflix for anime.
Bob knows Crunchyroll.
I have no idea what you're talking about or anything. But on an unrelated note, at the Calgary Comic Expo, they said they're going to be actually bringing swag bags up to Canada and not just the States anymore if you have a subscription yearly. But I have no idea what he's talking about.
Nothing. Yeah.
So I think, like, I would, and I'm like, just like, anime is like all I watch. So I would love, like, and this is the thing that I think streamers, like, you got to be thinking about who you would feel good partnering with.
Yeah.
And it's not, like, sponsorship is such a dirty word. And like, ads are such a dirty words.
Budweiser, king of beer.
But like, if you had like, streamers should ask themselves, like, what like 4 or 5 companies would I feel great about repping?
Yeah.
And what companies do I already associate with? So like Crunchyroll, there's a subscription box service called Boxu, and
Do you know that one?
They just send you like Japanese candy and like Japanese ramen every month.
Oh, nice.
And it's amazing. And so like there's stuff for every streamer to be like, what do I already use? And typically all you have to do is write them and be like, hey, I'm a streamer. These are kind of like the numbers that I pull in. I'd love to represent you guys because I already use and love you.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, so like Instant Pot, So we're in the process of releasing a video where we made Instant Pot macaroni and cheese, and it's like all Bob all the time.
Nice.
And it's just my fancy like camera work that's garbage.
Instant Pot mac. So I've heard so much like about
my
the
wife's
Instant
an Instant Pot queen.
Yeah, they swung me. I was like, yeah, whatever. Then they showed me the recipe. I was like, I'll try it. Then I got one from my parents. Now I got one, and you can make a roast, like a fully cooked, like quarter-pound roast in like 40 minutes, and it's it's succulent, it's delicious, it's juicy, it's the best roast I ever made. And I'm like, where has this? It's a fancy pressure cooker, but like it's crazy.
Yeah, and it's like, what is it now? Like, how much can you buy it for on Amazon?
$100, $80.
It's cheaper on Amazon, but we did it with Canadian Tire because that's how we roll out in the woods. But it was like $69 at Canadian Tire.
Oh my god, that's a steal, right?
Okay, so when I quit being the delivery driver in Elkford, that was the last time you could get pizza delivered in Elkford.
What the fuck? That's
So as soon as I quit doing that job, there are no more delivery drivers in Elkford. So when I quit, that was it. It's done. So
you need to go pick up your pizza.
Yes. Yeah. And there's only one restaurant that you can really get pizza. The bar kind of has it now, but it's... If I was going to walk, I'd be like a 7K walk or a 5-minute drive to get pizza.
Yeah. Because that's one thing to me, like, that's important to me. Like, pizza? if I work, fuck yeah. Pizza's super fucking important to me. But if I work like a 12-hour day and I want to, like, I'm just done. I'm like, head home, sit the fuck on the couch, veg out. That's one of the things that I really appreciate every once in a while is delivery.
Oh, and there's a delivery app.
Oh, there's
Skip the Plates.
Skip the Plates, yeah.
There's so many.
Like, that must be like so awesome. You're like, oh fuck, where do we want to eat tonight?
Yeah, it's dangerous actually. It's dangerous because
get into the habit.
Yeah, because you just do that all the time. There's like Uber Eats, there's Foodora, there's DoorDash, there's Skip the Dishes.
Uber Eats?
Yeah. Uber Eats. So it's just instead of driving people around, you go pick up food and deliver it.
Okay.
Yeah, and there's like 2 more. There's like upwards of like 6 to 8 different food delivery apps. And they all work kind of differently. Yeah. But it's quite expensive because it's always about $10 to $15 more than what you would pay to go pick it up or to get like regular delivery if the restaurant does delivery.
But you're like,
Yeah, it's just the convenience of being able to choose from like
20, everywhere rather than just
a
couple places.
Yeah. But that's look, crazy. Guys, what a time to be alive. I mean, come on.
Couple more years, you won't even need that. You'll just think it, and you'll be in your augmented reality and just be like, doo-doo-boop.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
And I'll have a cane. I'll be like, you goddamn kids and your cybernetic implants. Back in my day.
Did you guys see Venom?
Bob saw it.
Okay.
Did you see it?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, nice. BNS Awesome Podcast review coming at you.
Yes. Okay. I was like, I hope they haven't done a Venom review yet because I wanted to.
Here, Bob, you Venom. Take the night. I have not seen Venom.
Cover your ears and just hum.
Nope, I'll hear all of it.
Alrighty, I'll just move this.
Oh god, this is amazing.
We good?
Alright, Scott, I'll just work this while you sit there and quit.
I just look pretty over here.
Quit hucking your Budweiser.
Yes, that's right, Budweiser. King of beer.
Alright, so I guess we're going to be reviewing Venom. So, spoilers for the Venom movie. Alright, Jomo, I'll let you take the lead on how you feel about this movie. Maybe give us a rundown.
Okay, so you know with like superhero movies and whatnot, there's always someone, there's always a group of people out there that are gonna bash it, you know? And most of the time it's Bob. I'm just kidding. But so I went in with like a few bad reviews from people already.
This is hilarious.
But like, you go in, to me, it's like you go in, you know what to expect with any kind of superhero or comic or Marvel DC movie. I really liked Venom because it gave me everything I wanted and needed, right? It gave me cool effects, and I can't speak to how true it was to the original comics. But huge fan of Tom Hardy. Love Tom Hardy. Love him to death. And I've always loved Venom as a character, and I thought like Venom was fairly portrayed. I was really excited for the potential of also seeing Carnage, which is going to be for the next movie. But
are you trying to like Woody something out of me?
No. I'm about to wrap it up. I'll put a bow on it. But I liked it. I would give Venom like a clean 7 out of 10.
We do ghosts.
What metric is this? What's a 10 and what's a...
It's 1 to 5 ghosts, because we started with Destiny and we went Dinkler ghosts. And
I would give it a clean 3.8 out of 5 ghosts.
What's a 0.8? I've never heard of a decimal one.
A 3.8 is not quite
we do
a 4.
3.5.
3.5, let's call it.
I don't understand. I always solid numbers are what we give.
Yeah, right. I never.
3 out of 5 ghosts is too low for me. Like, I enjoyed it more than 3 out of 5 ghosts, but I didn't enjoy it enough for 4 out of 5 ghosts.
I don't know. I guess I'd probably be in the same boat. I actually enjoyed the movie quite a bit, even though it's way off from the mythos.
Yeah,
I don't care. I don't care that it has nothing to do with Spider-Man, really.
Sure. But typically, so would you have expected, if you went in blind, would you have expected Spider-Man to be in it?
Probably.
Yeah.
But the fact that I'm trying to think because it's like really sly, but isn't the whole fact that he's not in New York kind of like loosely Spider-Man hint related? The fact that he's in San Francisco? Spoilers.
Yeah. Yeah. I actually didn't pick that up the entire movie, but that would make perfect sense.
Because they're like that incident in New York, and that's why he had to come out here. And I was like,
yeah. I know a lot of people are ragging on it. I know it didn't get very good reviews, but I really liked it.
Some of the reviews have been blowing up. Like the internet's, it's like everything on the internet. It's divided. It's a giant butt crack. Like some people are like, it's bold, it's brave. Some people are like, it's shitting on the legacy because no Spider-Man.
But you can't blow your whole load in the first movie.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, obviously, Spider-Man and Carnage will come. Like, we already know that some things that weren't in the original comic book, they have to eventually get revealed at some point.
Yeah.
Like, it's just going out, I'm not going to go like full spoilers yet, but just the portrayal of Venom himself, the symbiote, is way more accurate, even without Spider-Man, than Spider-Man 3 was.
Well,
the thing is, my point is, the symbiote starts out, attaches to Brock, starts out following its original mission, and actually it's like, I changed my mind because of you. And they kind of bond together and they become Venom. In the Raimi movies, which the third one I'm not a giant fan of, love the second one, Venom's just like this insane symbiote monster that draws out the worst in Eddie Brock and then he gets blowed up. There's never a we partnership. It's never a back and forth. It's just like mindless goo that has big scary teeth. Like this movie's Venom is like, except for the no Spider-Man, it's like bam, right off the page.
Yeah.
Bob knows his stuff. I don't question Bob.
Yeah.
But when I do, like, he fucking schooled me the other night on the podcast. He's like, no, this is how it goes. And I was just like, shit.
Oh my god. Yeah, so I was really excited because I knew that one of you guys would have seen, at least one of you guys would have seen it.
Well, you were talking about it on stream. Has anybody seen it? And lots of people, even on stream, were like, "No, it was garbage. I don't know if you should watch it."
Oh, really? I did. Yeah. Okay, I don't remember.
I think.
I know what I tweeted. I tweeted it. I tweeted Venom before I went in to go see it, and I think some people responded to the tweet being like, "Oh my god, you're gonna love it." But as Bob said, yeah, like every Marvel DC movie, it is divided.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It had a sexy monster girl in it. I'm happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the eyebrows went and everything.
Sexy monster. Yeah, that was a cool scene.
That actually made people like laugh. That's where I was hanging on the internet. Like people were like losing. They're like, it was all going great until the symbiote went back to Brock, and they're like, I've lost it now.
Yeah. They could have extended the sexy Venom girl a little longer, but so Bob, you read a lot of comics. Like, you're a comic guy, right?
Ironically, yes, because Scott is also into comics, but I was into Venom as a kid. Like, I had this figure of Venom, which is like absurd, but it's like Venom gets hit by nuclear waste and he grows all these extra heads, and that was like one of my favorite toys, because he pressed a button on his back and his extra heads went like,
oh, that sounds amazing. Right? Yeah. So that's one of the things I'm always like interested about, because I was like I read comics as a kid, but I wasn't one of those, like I didn't get super deep into the lore, so I'm always interested to see like people who are like experts in like the lore, like how close and how true it is to like the original story.
Well, like I say, like they obviously take liberties with it in the movie because like the original story is part of Scott.
Secret Wars.
Yeah. So he finds it in this like stasis and touches in it. He thinks it's a costume, and they did that.
Spider-Man,
That's right.
They did that accurately in the first movie, but like personality wise, and that's the other thing I enjoyed, because all the different universes of Spider-Man, because Marvel's got like Universe 616 and all these other alternate ones.
I think a blade of grass, that's a universe.
Yeah, pretty much. Mm-hmm. But when I think it's Ultimate Spider-Man, they go into the whole Venom Brock symbiosis and the fact that unless he gets certain amounts of a chemical, it will kill him. The symbiote will kill him. That's why he has to constantly, in that movie, spoilers, kill people. Yeah, so he doesn't kill Eddie. But I don't know if they'll bring it in, but in that series of Ultimate Venom, he can get the same chemical from chocolate. So he either has to like eat crazy amounts of chocolate or murder people.
What? That's hilarious. Okay, but in the third, what was the third Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movie?
That was the one that was Spider-Man 3 with Sandman and Green Goblin and Venom.
Yeah, so Venom also like infects Spider-Man for a bit, right?
Yeah, they start that off more accurate because he finds it in the meteorite, and then it goes on him and copies his costume. And but the only thing is, it brings out the aggressiveness in him, and it never actually like talks to him.
There's the emo. There's an emo one of like him just walking down the street, and he's like super emo, and he's just like bouncing around. Tobey Maguire, he's got like the hair flap going on. It's so great.
Okay, so
people love the third movie in like all the wrong ways, as opposed to the second movie, which is like, it's in my top 5 superhero movies.
Okay, I have a question for you guys. Okay. So who's the like new Spider-Man actor?
Tom Holland.
Yep.
Tom Holland, is that his name?
And then the one between that was Andrew Garfield.
Okay, Andrew Garfield is the one I'm talking about.
Okay.
So there's Tom Holland, Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire, 3 different actors who've played Spider-Man.
This is going to be really controversial, isn't it?
Well, okay, so in my humble opinion, Tobey Maguire was actually my favorite Spider-Man.
That's valid. Scott's shaking his head, and like I say, 75% of the internet, they wouldn't agree, but I would argue that even though it's not as close as it is into the original comics, he had heart in the first 2 movies. I say that makes up for it.
Yeah, okay. So, sorry, Scott.
No, that's okay.
Scott, what do you have to say for yourself?
I have to say that this is an interview on Scott now. No, I don't know. Tobey Maguire was like, Tobey Maguire?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like 40 playing Spider-Man.
Yeah, but okay. It's not comic accurate, but as its own thing, him being Spider-Man, like first and second movie, throw the third one out.
Yeah, I guess.
Here's my argument, okay? So Spider-Man is like, so Peter Parker is this kind of awkward loser. He's like not confident, he's quiet, people like shit all over him. And Andrew Garfield and Tom Holland, they're like cool, good-looking, hip, kind of like jockey Hollywood actors. And to me, that's not who Spider-Man is. Like that's this like new wave Spider-Man that made for the kids. But like Tobey Maguire, the Peter Parker that he played was you felt bad for him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I felt bad watching Tobey Maguire play Spider-Man because he portrayed the loser Peter Parker was before he became Spider-Man. And that to me is like the essence. Like that to me is like the hero's journey, right? Like Tom Holland and Andrew Garfield, they didn't go through the hero's journey. They were already like strong, good looking, like jocks, you know, and then they just got this superpower, and I'm like, what the fuck?
My opinion is slowly being swayed. When you're, I'm not even joking. When you're like, he's really fucking like, or Tobey Maguire's awkward as fuck. I'm like, holy fuck, he's the most awkward dude ever.
And then the scene when he wakes up from getting bitten by the spider, he still is this awkward loser, but he has superpowers now. And so, like, you see what they did really well is the transition from total loser, you feel bad for him, like this guy's hopeless, to him like getting the powers and then learning how to use them and learning how to be Spider-Man. Yeah. That's what was really special to me about Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man.
I have a similar take. It's not exactly the same.
Yeah.
Like, the Amazing Spider-Man movies were like, okay. I was like, eh.
I still enjoyed those. Those were still great.
Yeah. I liked Homecoming more than I liked Andrew Garfield. But I'm stacking it. Spider-Man 2 for me. Like I said, at that point, he's already Spider-Man, but he's still a loser. He gets fired from his job.
Yeah.
Misses the pizzas. That whole segment with Dr. Octopus in the train, that's what makes the movie for me. And I think I might have spoken this once on a traveling one, but he just barely manages to save the train.
Yeah.
Like that whole scene is incredible for me. Yeah. Like I say, he's still a loser, but the city's like, you know what? We respect him. They're like, we're not going to say anything. I'm going to tell him. And in the end of that movie, he cannot beat Dr. Ock. He's still so much of a loser. He cannot beat him.
Yeah.
So he has to, like, Dr. Ock, he gives Dr. Ock a change of heart. Like, you know, you're right. I'm going crazy. This thing's controlling me.
Yeah.
I'm going to kill all these innocent people. And that's what I enjoy about the movie is he loses, he fails, he's got heart, and the villain's like, you know, you're right.
Because he hasn't, at that point, he hasn't been Spider-Man for that long. Like, he's still learning how to be a superhero, you know? Whereas, like, Andrew Garfield and Tom Holland, they're like, they're already, there's no middle, like, you have to give it time. You have to give, like, do you know what I mean? And then one of them gets a fucking Iron Man spell. I'm like, what the fuck is...
It's like Infinity War. Like, when you think about it like that, it is crazy that he's like, I'm going to jump onto this flying rocket ship and go fight Thanos.
Yeah. But again, like, it's semantics. Like, I'm simply asking who played the best Spider-Man.
Okay. I got a question now. If you had to pick a different Spider-Man and it couldn't be those three... Who is someone that's awkward as fuck that could play Spider-Man right now?
That's a good question.
I'm just trying to think of somebody that's really awkward.
Oh my god. I have one, Bob. Who is the actor that... Oh shit.
You know what he's in? I'll look it up.
Okay, so do you guys know There Will Be Blood?
Yes.
It's the actor that plays like the kid, the pastor kid. I forget his name. I love him though. Paul Dano. Paul Dano. That's the guy. That's the kid. This kid.
He would be good.
Cuz he
won an Oscar.
Yeah, but he's amazing. Not only does he kind of has this young almost nerdy look to him, but I've seen him play amazingly pitiful characters.
He was in Cowboys and Aliens and 12 Years a Slave, right?
I think so.
Because he's always getting beat up and crying in that 12 Years a Slave because he's like, I'm going to... And he's,
Yeah, he gets beat up in There Will Be Blood too. So he to me, like, he plays, like, he could really embody that pathetic loser that Peter Parker is before he becomes a hero.
I know him from. He's also in Swiss Army Men.
Really?
Yeah, he's the main guy from Swiss Army Men.
I thought Daniel Radcliffe was the main guy.
Daniel Radcliffe. It's him and Daniel Radcliffe, and they wash up on a beach, and he's the only one that lives. And then Daniel Radcliffe's just a dead body he finds. He's in a plane crash.
Yeah, but he talks in the movie even though he's dead.
It's a fucked movie. We'll just go with that. Well, thanks for listening to the BNS Awesome Podcast. If you would like to reach us, you can get us on our email at
BNSawesomepodcast@gmail.com.
Thanks, Bob. And you can also reach us on Twitter at BNSAwesomePod. You can also find me streaming over at Twitch, www.twitch.tv/Ink3D Guy. And I say it Ink Guy. And, we can... There is. We can also be found on Spotify now. And we can also be found on Stitcher and iTunes. So be sure if you go there, rate, comment, review, all that stuff. And, thanks.